So let's get started. So here comes the basic thing what we have. Okay, so if you can see the basic part here is to understand what is speed, time and distance, what is the relationship. Okay, so basically we should know this method. We should know speed into time is equal to distance. You might be aware of the STD booth we used to call. So it's like S into T is equal to D. Okay, speed into time is equal to distance. Okay, so if you observe carefully, we can use them interchangeably as well. We can use them interchangeably also. For example, if suppose speed and time are given, we will multiply them simply and we get the distance. Okay, but if we need to calculate time, that time what we do, we'll divide the distance by speed. Okay, so we use these methods. I think we can see some participants still waiting in the waiting room. Okay, now I think they are in. Okay, so the basic concept we should know is speed into time is equal to distance. We can use them interchangeably. That is, if we need time, we can make it as distance divided by speed. Okay, or if we need speed, we can make it as distance divided by time. So we can change these things according to our need and use them. Okay, so but how to remember this? So remember this, how do we do it? We can use this triangle. For example, you can just simply remember this triangle wherein we have on top D, then the bottom two sections, we can make them as speed and time. Okay, so when we need D, we can simply say distance is equal to these two identities will be multiplied. That is, speed and time will be multiplied. That is, speed into time is equal to distance. So when we need time, it means distance by speed. So time is equal to distance by speed. Same way, if we need speed, it's nothing but distance by time. That is, speed is equal to distance by time. Okay, so we are going to use this concept in today's session. Okay, I hope it is clear so far. Hope this part is clear. Can I see yes, no on the chat? If this is clear, okay, clear. Thanks for the confirmation. The more I can see the responses, I'll understand that you're able to understand the concepts and you're responding. Okay, so it's better if you can respond whenever I ask. Okay, thanks a lot. Thank you so much. Okay, now so that is the first part. Now the second part is sometimes we may have to convert these things. For example, if the speed is in X km/h, we may have to convert it back to meter per second. Or if it is in meter per second, we may have to convert it back to km/h. How do we do it? Let us try to understand how do we do these conversions. We will know 1 kilometer is equal to 1000 meters. Okay, so 1 kilometer means 1000 meters. Same way, 1 minute means 60 seconds. Then 1 hour means 60 minutes. Same way, 1 hour will have 60 into 60 seconds. That is, it will be 1 hour will be equal to 3600 seconds. Okay, that is 1 hour. So we should know these basic things to convert. Okay, now how do we convert this when it is in km/h? Okay, I'm writing it on the right side. If you observe X km/h, what we will do? X into kilometer means how many meters? 1000 meters. So 1000 divided by 1 hour means 3600 seconds. 3600. So these two zeros get cancelled. This is like 2 5s are, this is 2 18s are. So X into 5/18 is what we will use. So straight away you can use the shortcut, that is, instead of km/h, instead of writing everything, you can straight away do X into 5/18. then you will get the value in meter per second. Same way, if we want to convert meter per second to kilometer per hour, we'll do the reverse way. That is, we will multiply the value with 18 by 5. That's what we will do. All right. Okay. Sometimes they will give the units of speed. For example, let us consider the speed units here. For example, unit of speed, time, distance. If unit of speed is in kilometer per hour, then time should be in hour and distance should be in kilometer. Okay. Same way, if the speed is given in meter per second, time should be in second, distance should be in meter. So we need to make sure while solving these problems, if speed is in kilometer per hour, time should be in hour and distance should be in kilometer. If speed is in meter per second, time should be in second and distance should be in meter. So what happens sometimes, for example, let us say speed is given in meter per second, but they will give the time in minutes. They might say 6 minutes. That time we have to convert those 6 minutes into, like for example, 6 minutes is equal to 6 into 60 seconds. So that will become how many minutes? 360 seconds. Sorry, 360 seconds it will become. Okay. So we need to convert it this way. So that is very important for us. So make sure you follow these methods of conversion. So the unit should be same. If it is in kilometer per hour, time should be in hour, distance should be in kilometer. If it is in meter per second, time should be in second and distance should be in meter. I hope this is clear so far. The unit part, is unit part clear? Can I have some responses here on the chat box? Okay, great. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Once again, is it? Okay, no problem. I will repeat once again. Observe carefully. We have 3 units basically: speed, time, distance. Okay. If speed is given in kilometer per hour, time should be in hour, distance should be in kilometer. Same way, if speed is given in meter per second, time should be in second, distance should be in meters. Okay, so meter per second. So we have to keep it common. So suppose example, speed is given in meter per second, but the time is given as 6 minutes. What we will do? 6 into 60 we will do, because 1 minute means 60 seconds. So 6 into 6, 360 seconds we have to use in the problem. I hope it's clear now. Okay, we'll move to the next part. Suppose, for example, if speeds are in the ratio A is to B, which means time will be in the ratio 1 by A is to 1 by B, which is nothing but B is to A. For example, the ratio of speed is 3 is to 4, then the ratio of the time will be simply 4 is to 3. You don't need to do any calculation. You can simply say 4 is to 3 is the ratio. Okay, that is one part. Another part is, many of the questions will be related to this last part, average speed. Average speed will be asked. So for example, distance will be same, certain distance, the distance will be same. For example, going in one way, let us assume a boy is going from home to school. He is going at a speed of x kilometer per hour. Okay, and he is coming back at a speed of y kilometer per hour. Then we have to use this formula, 2 into x into y divided by x plus y. We have to use this formula. So this formula is very important, calculating the average speed of the whole journey. All right, let's get started with the problems now. So we'll move the first problem. Yeah, here comes the first one. A person crosses 600-meter long street in 5 minutes. What is the speed in kilometer per hour? So what do we do? To begin with, you will write the quantities what is given. For example, speed, is it given? No, speed we have to calculate. Time, is it given? Time is given 5 minutes. Time is given 5 minutes. Then what is given? Distance is given. Distance is how much? 600 meters. So you know we have meter and then we have minutes. So what we will do, it will be easy for us to convert this to meter per second. So 5 minutes will become 5 into 60. That is nothing but 300 seconds. So now we will calculate speed. We know the formula, speed into time is equal to distance, and speed is equal to distance by time. What is the distance now? 600 meters. 600 meters divided by time is 300 seconds. So these two zeros can get cancelled. 3 ones are 3 twos are. So we get speed as 2 meter per second. But if you observe the question carefully, they are asking us to write the speed in kilometer per hour. They want us to write the speed in kilometer per hour. So we know if we have to convert this meter per second to kilometer per hour, we have to multiply with 2 into 18 by 5. So 2 into 18 is 36. 36 by 5 is 7.2 kilometer per hour. So the answer is 7.2 kilometer per hour. Okay, this is how we convert. I hope this is clear. Okay, good. You can see some answers here. Asfia, Sultana, Amrin, CNH. Okay, Bibi Aisha, yes. Okay. Great. If this is clear, we'll move on to the next one. Okay. So next problem. Here comes the next problem. Yes. Okay, now observe this. It says an aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 240 kilometers per hour in 5 hours. So what is given? Speed is given already, right? Speed how much is given? Speed is 240 kilometer per hour. Okay, time is given. Time is how much? 5 hours. Time is given. Now, so when we have speed, when we have time, what can we calculate? We can calculate speed into time is equal to distance. So speed is 240, time is 5. So what we will do? 240 into 5. We get how much? 1200 kilometer. So this is the distance. So D is equal to how much we get? 1200 kilometers. Now the question is, to cover the same distance in 1 hour, it must travel at a speed of what? So what they are telling in the second part, they are telling distance is same, that is 1200 kilometer. But time, what they are telling in the second case, 1 hour. They want us to calculate the time in, it is actually 1.5 hours actually. I think something has missed here. It is 1.5 hours. Sorry for the typo. This is actually 1.5 hours. It is 1.5 hours. This is 1.5 hour basically. 1.5 hour. By mistake, this has gone here. The question is about 1.5 hour. So 1.5 hour, that is 1.5. 1.5. Okay. Okay. So now what happens here? What is the question here? This is 1200. So 1200, we have got it as distance. Now the time we have got it as how much? Time is, should be, it should cover in 1.5 hours. So 1200 kilometers divided by 1.5 we need to calculate. Okay. So just a minute. There seemed to be some mistake in the question. Okay. To cover the same distance 1 hour, it must travel at a speed of what? Okay. But some options are missed here. So what happens here? Speed is equal to what happens? Distance by time. So speed is basically distance, that is 1200 divided by 1.5. 1.5 we can also write it as 3 by 2. So this becomes 3 by 2. So what it means? 1200 into 2 divided by 3. This, because in the denominator we have 3 by 2, this 2 will go on top. 2 will go on top. So basically it becomes 1200 into 2. So here 3 4s are 12. 2 4s are 8. So 800 will be the answer. I know one option is missing here. It will be none of these. One option is missing here. Option E, which is none of these. So actually it will be 800. I'll just repeat this question once again. Observe carefully. First it says an aeroplane covers a certain distance at a speed of 240 km per hour. So speed is 240 km per hour. In 5 hours, time is given 5 hours. Okay. So when speed is given, time is given, we can easily calculate the distance. So speed into time is equal to distance. 240 into 5, that is 1200 kilometers is the distance. Now distance is already given here. Distance is given. Now the second part is to cover the same distance. It says to cover the same distance in 1.5 hours. In 1.5 hours. So 1.5 means time. We can write it as 3 by 2, 1.5 for the ease of calculation. So distance by time, that is 1200 by 3 by 2. This divided by 2 in the denominator will come on the top. Okay. So this becomes 1200 into 2. When we divide this 1200 by 3, we get 400. 400 into 2, we get 800. Actually, that is option E. None of these actually. I have not put that option here. So it will be 800 km per hour. I hope this is clear. Okay. Yes. If we take 2 hours time, yes. If we take 2 hours, we get 600. You're right. If we take 200, then it will be 1200 by 2. We get 600. You're right. When we take 3 by 2, that is 1.5 hours, we get 800. Okay, great. So let's move to the next one. Okay, now observe carefully. If a person walks at 14 km per hour instead of 10 km per hour, he would have walked 20 kilometers more. The actual distance traveled by him is what? That is the question. Now, let us assume the first speed a person walks at 14 km per hour, for example. Another one speed is instead of 10 km, which means earlier he used to travel S1 as 10 km per hour. Now, second speed is he is traveling faster, 14 km per hour. When he travels at 10 km per hour, then the distance is D, for example. Okay. When he is traveling at 14 km per hour, he would have walked 20 kilometers more, which means the D will become D plus 20. Okay. The actual distance traveled by him. Okay. Now we know that we have got S, we have got D, which means we need to have T. T means again D by S. So in the first case, D, we don't know the value, we'll write it as D divided by 10. Okay. In the second case, D becomes D plus 20 divided by what is the speed? 14. Okay. Now, when we do cross multiplication, this becomes D into 14. 14D is equal to D into 10. 10D plus 10 into 20, 200. So if you send this 10D this side, it becomes 14D minus 10D is equal to 200. So 14 minus 10D is 4D is equal to 200. D is equal to 200 by 4. That is nothing but 50. So the answer is 50 kilometer. That is option A. Okay. I'll just repeat it quickly once again, just in case if somebody has got confusion. Okay. I'll quickly repeat once again. Just observe carefully. A person walks 14 km per hour instead of 10 km, which means first speed was 10 km, the distance was same D only, but second speed was 14 km. That time distance will become D plus 20. Okay. Time is same. So time is same in both the case. T is equal to D by S, same. D by S. So first case D was D, speed was 10 is equal to second case D was D plus 20 divided with speed is 14. Now when I do cross multiplication, D into 14 means 14D, D into 10 is 10D, 20 into 10 becomes 200. Now if a 10D comes this side, it will be 14 plus minus 20. So 14 minus 10 is 4D is equal to 200. D is equal to 200 by 4, which is 50. So 50 kilometers is the right answer. I hope it's clear. The actual distance traveled by him. If he walks at 14 kilometers, okay, got your point. Got your point. If the okay, here what happens if the speed is considered as, see here, observe carefully. The actual distance traveled by him, we got D is equal to 50. This is when the speed is at 10 km per hour. Okay, but when the speed is 14 km per hour, that time it will be 50 plus 20 is equal to 70. Okay, fine. Okay, let's move to the next question. Come on, try it out. Excluding stoppages, the speed of a bus is 54 km per hour. Okay, and including stoppages, it is 45 km per hour. Okay, now yes, it is 70. Okay, initially it was 50, but when the speed is increased, it is 70. So now excluding stoppages, the speed of a bus is 54 km per hour, and including stoppages, it is 45 km per hour. How many minutes does the bus stop per hour? We need to check this. Okay, to check this, we'll just simply write it. For example, the speed excluding stoppages, how much? 54 km per hour. Okay, again the speed including stoppages, how much? 45 km per hour. So what it means, in 1 hour it can cover a distance of 54. This can cover, including stoppage, it can cover a distance of 45, which means total 9 km less it will cover if it goes including stoppages. Okay, so now we have to find out what is the time taken to cover 9 kilometers. This distance we have to cover. So we know time is equal to distance by speed. Now what is the distance we need to calculate? This one, 9 kilometers. So distance will be 9. And what was the speed? The speed was 54. Okay, so 9 by 54, we get 1 by 6 hours. So 1 by 6, 9 ones are 9 6 are 54. We get 1 by 6 as the answer. But the question is how many minutes? We have to convert these hours into minutes. So what we do? 1 by 6 into 60 if you do. So 6 tens are 60. So 10 minutes. 10 minutes is the right answer, which means it stops per hour. 10 minutes it will stop. Okay, that is the right answer. Yeah, it will be 10 minutes. So observe carefully. The difference was 9 kilometers. So it means distance is 9 kilometers. Speed was the fast speed we have to take, that is 54. 1 by 6 hours it will get. We have to convert it back to minutes. We get 10 minutes. We have to take that because why we have to take 54 is because that is excluding the stoppages. We have to take care of excluding the stoppages, how much time it will take actually. Then when we take that balance, then we will understand how much time it is actually stopping. Okay, that's why we have to take 54. No. We have to take 54 kilometers per hour only. If we take 54 kilometers per hour, then only we'll understand how much distance is remaining. Okay, so we have to take 54 kilometers here. Okay, fine. We'll move to the next question. Come on. Come on, try. A man completes a journey in 10 hours. He travels first half of the journey at the rate of 21 kilometers per hour and second half at the rate of 24 kilometers per hour. Find the total journey in kilometers. If you observe carefully, this question is related to average speed. If you observed in the initial stage, I told you average speed very important. Average speed is equal to 2xy divided by x plus y, where x means the speed for the one half, y means speed for another half. So if you observe carefully here, first half is 21 kilometers, we can take it as x. Second half is 24 kilometers, we can take it as y. So it will be 2 into 21 into 24 divided by 21 plus 24. When we multiply this 2 into 21 into 24, how much do we get? We get 1008 divided by 21 plus 24 is 45. Okay. When we divide this further, we get speed as 22.4 kilometer per hour. This is the average speed, but they're asking us to find out the total journey. We found out the speed, they want total journey in kilometer, means they want us to find out the distance. We know distance means speed into time. So what is the speed we got? 22.4. So 22.4 into what is the time? They have told the time. A man completes a journey in 10 hours. So time is 10 hours. Therefore, 22.4 into 10 is 224 kilometers. So 224 kilometers is the right answer. Option B is the right answer. Okay. I'll quickly repeat once again, just in case if somebody has not understood. This problem is related to average speed. How do we know when we have to apply this formula? If you observe carefully, it says he travels first half of the journey at some speed, and second half of the journey, which means the journey is split into two equal halves. Okay, that time we have to use this formula, average speed. Then it will be very easy for you. We have another method, but it will be little bit complicated and lengthy. Instead of that, we can straight away use average speed. All right. Okay, great. So let's move on to the next one. Yes. The ratio between the speeds of two trains is 7:8. Okay. Now, second train runs 400 kilometers in 4 hours. Okay, two things are given here. Okay. For example, first thing is, so we have speed of two trains, right? So one, let us take it as S1. Another one, we will take it as S2. Now, initially they have given the ratio. We will take it as 7. This we will take it as 8. That is the ratio. Okay. Next, they have given this one. If the second train runs at 400 kilometers in 4 hours, that is for S2, we can use this as, like, for example, this can be D, this is T. Okay. So we can say speed is equal to distance by time. So what is the distance here for the second train? This is S2. Distance is 400 divided by time is 4. So we can say this is 100. We get 100 kilometers per hour. That is the speed for second train. Speed for second train. Now the question is, what is the speed of this train? This we have to calculate. So we can use, if you remember, when we solved ratios, we did like this: 7/8 is equal to x by 100. If you remember the ratios, okay? Or you can take it this way also: 7/x is equal to 8/100. You can take it this way also. It doesn't matter. Okay. So now x we will keep it here. We will keep 7/8 into this 100 will go on top. Will come to the numerator. So 8, if you want to multiply, what will happen here? So this will be 100 into 7, 700/8. You will get here, for example, 4 2s are, then you will get 4 25s are. So 25 into 7, 140 plus 35, that is 175 by 2, which is nothing but you get 87.5 kilometer per hour. Okay, I'll repeat it quickly. Just have a look. We have speeds of two trains, S1, S2. So the ratio is 7:8. That is first part. That is over. And the second part, what they have given, if the second train runs 400 kilometer in 4 hours. So distance is 400 kilometers. Runs in 4 hours. Time is 4. So 400 by 4, 100 kilometers. This is for S2, second train. Okay. So first train we have to calculate now. We have to calculate the first train. We will take it as X. We can take it as, for example, in the ratio, if you remember, we did like this. 7:8 is equal to 100. So these two will come. Okay, you can use this method, or you can straight away use 7 by X is equal to 8 by 100. On solving this, X we get as 87.5 kilometer per hour, which is option D. Okay, I hope this is clear. I can see some noises here. If you can mute yourself, I request you to mute yourself. Mubarak P, can you mute yourself, please? Mubarak P, please mute yourself. Kindly mute yourself. Okay, fine. I think now it's okay. Okay, let's move to the next one now. Now, yes. Now again, if you observe carefully, a man on to travels first 160 kilometers at 64 kilometer per hour and the next 160 kilometer at 80 kilometer per hour. So if you observe carefully, distance is same here, which means we can use the average speed for the 320 kilometers. So first half, what is the formula we use for average speed? We use average speed is equal to 2xy by x plus y. So what we will use here? 2 into what is the first speed? First half, the speed is 64. And for the next half, it is 80 divided by 64 plus 80. So when we multiply this, we get 10,240 divided by, we get 144. So on solving this, we get 71.11 kilometer per hour. This is the answer. Quite simple question. This is average speed. Okay. So average speed is option C, 71.11. So you will be lucky enough if you get, when you get average speed question, straight away put simple formula 2xy by x plus y and solve the question. That's it. Okay. I hope this is clear. We'll move to the next one. Yeah. We'll move to the next question now. So now the question is, in covering a distance of 30 kilometers, Abhay takes 2 hours more than Samir. Okay. So for example, what it means, we have Abhay speed, okay, Samir speed as well as Abhay speed, wherein Abhay takes 2 hours more than Samir. Okay, so let us consider the distance is same. So for example, this is Samir distance 30 kilometer. Okay, and then what else is given? Speed is not given, right? Time is not given. Time is also not given. Speed is also not given. Okay, so let us assume we don't know what exactly is the time. We will take it as t. Here we will simply take it as s because we don't know. Now Abhay, if you observe Abhay takes 2 hours more than Samir. Distance is same, but the time Abhay takes is 2 hours more. Okay, so he will take t plus 2. So let us consider Samir's speed as x. Abhay's speed we will consider y. Okay, so Abhay takes 2 hours more than Samir with his some speed. Okay, now the next case, if Abhay doubles his speed, the distance is same, doubles the speed, which means speed was y, Now he will make it double, 2 into y. Then he would take 1 hour less than Samir. What was Samir's time? 1 hour. That is Samir's time was t. 1 hour less means it will be t minus 1. Okay. So now we know this equation. Now we know the distance is same. Okay. So distance is same here. So what we can do, when the distance is same, distance is equal to s into t. Okay. So we will take it for Abhay, because for Abhay it is same thing. So we will take it as y into t plus 2. That is this one. This part y into t plus 2 is equal to next part 2y into t minus 1. Observe carefully, 2y into t minus 1. If you observe, we can cancel this y here. So what is remaining? We have t plus 2 is equal to, here this side we have 2 into t, 2t, 2 into minus 1, we get minus 2. So we will send this minus to this side, it becomes plus 2. We have 2t, we will send this t here, it becomes 2t minus t. So 2 plus 2, 4. 4 is equal to 2t minus t. So t is equal to 4. But now the question is, what they are asking, the question here, the question is about calculating this one, speed, right? So what we will do here, speed, just a minute, I need to erase this and then redraw. Just a minute, I have to clear this drawing. I'm not getting space here. I'll just write it here once again. Okay, observe carefully. We wrote Abhay speed now, because if they are asking Abhay speed, initially the speed was y, the distance is same 30, speed was y, time was t plus 2 because Samir's time was t. Next, distance remained same, but the speed got doubled. If the double is speed, so 2y, we can say 1 hour less he takes, so t minus 1. Okay, so now distance means what? Speed into time. Okay, we can take this way, or we can also take in one more way, that is speed into time is equal to distance. We can take it one more way. Wait a minute, I'll just do it this way. This will be more easier for you. For example, distance by speed is what? Time, right? Distance by speed is time. So time is equal to distance by speed. So this distance by this speed, okay, minus this distance by this speed. Because here what happens, we can use it this way. I'm just writing this once again. Observe carefully. Time is equal to distance by speed. So this time, that is t plus 2 is equal to distance is 30 divided by speed is y. Same way, this time t minus 1 is equal to 30 by 2y. Okay, so observe carefully. This we can take it as equation 1. This we can take it as equation 2. Now what I am going to do here, I'm just doing equation 1 minus equation 2. So 30 by y minus 30 by 2y is equal to, in the equation we have t plus 2 minus equation 2, that is minus t plus 1 it becomes. So here what happens? T and T gets cancelled. T and T gets cancelled. So what we have in the denominator? These two, we need to do LCM. So we get LCM as 2y. This y into 2. So this becomes 60 minus 30. So 60 minus 30 is 30 by 2y we get 30 by 2y, 30 by 2y we get. On this side we get 2 plus 1, 3. Okay. So next step, observe carefully. I'm multiplying, I'm giving y this side and bringing 3 this side. So this will become 30 divided by 3 into 2. So 30 divided by 3 into 2 comes here. That is 2 into 3 here. This side we get y. So 30 by 6 we get here. 30 by 6. That is y is equal to 30 by 6, which is nothing but 5. So basically, Abhay speed is how much we get? We get here this speed as 5. I'll just quickly repeat. I know this is slightly complicated because it has got some equations. So do not worry. I'll just repeat it once again slowly so that you will understand. Okay. I'll just repeat it once again. Observe carefully. Abhay speed, what is happening here? Abhay speed, it doubles here. Okay. So first case, the distance was same. Abhay speed was y. We didn't know the y. We didn't know the speed. So the time was 2 hours more than Samir's. So t plus 2 we took. This is equation 1. Second, when distance is same, but Abhay doubles his speed, it becomes 2y. He would take 1 hour less than Samir. So t minus 1. Okay. We know the relationship between time, that is t is equal to d by s. So first case, t means t plus 2 is equal to d is same 30 by y, the speed is same y, so 30 by y. This is equation 1. Okay. Second case, t minus 1 is the time. So t minus 1 is equal to distance is 30 by speed is 2y. So 30 by 2. This is equation 2. So when we subtract these two, 1 minus 2 we do 30 by y minus 30 minus 2y on the one side. On the other side, t plus 2 minus t minus 1. When we do this, minus into t, minus into minus 1, plus 1 we get. Here plus t and minus t get cancelled. On the right hand side, we have 2 plus 1, 3. On this side, we get LCM as 2y. On the numerator, we get this becomes 60. 60 minus 30 is 30. In the denominator, we have 2y. So 30 by 2y is equal to 3. 3 we will send it this side. It becomes 2 into 3, 6. Then 30 by 6 is 5. So final answer we get Abhay's speed as 5 kilometers per hour. Okay. So what you have to do sometimes when the logic is slightly twisted, you may have to try it down and do it. T is equal to d by s or d is equal to s into t. We have to try it out. Okay. I hope it is clear now. Okay, great. Thank you. Thanks for confirming. I know, guys, as we progress, we are getting into a little bit of complicated type of problems. The reason why I am getting into advanced level of problems is because I have seen your responses. You are quite good with aptitude. You are doing well. So let us get into little bit of next level problems. Fine. Now observe carefully. Next one, 9th one. Robert is traveling on his cycle and has calculated to reach point A at 2 p.m. Some point he is planning to reach at 2 p.m. If he travels at 10 km per hour, he will reach there at 12 noon. If he travels at 15 km per hour, now we have to find out how do we solve it. Observe carefully. What we will do is, for example, we know time is equal to distance by speed. Okay. So first case, we know the distance remains same. We don't know the distance yet. We will take it as x. But we know the speed. Okay. In the first case, we know what is the speed. It is 10. So x by 10. That is distance is x. Speed is 10. First case. Okay. In the second case, if it travels at 15 km, that is x by 15. Observe the time gap. If he travels at 15 km per hour, he will reach there by 12 noon. Okay. So 15 km per hour, if he speeds up, he will reach by 12 noon. But if he travels at 10 km per hour, he will reach by 2 p.m. So which means there is a time gap of 2 hours here. There is a time gap of 2 hours. So we can say x by 10 minus x by 15 is 2 hours. So when we take LCM, 15 and 10 LCM is 30. This is like 10 into 3 becomes 30. So x into 3. So this will be 3x minus 15 becomes 30. When we multiply by 2, we will multiply the numerator. You might be understanding this in the ratios. We did this part. Okay. Multiplying this when we have LCM. So 2 into x becomes 2x is equal to 2. Now 3x minus 2x is x is equal to 2 into 30 becomes 60. So now x is equal to 60. This is the distance. We were looking for distance x. We got that distance. Now they are asking us to reach the time at 1 p.m. Okay, we have to reach at 1 p.m. So how do we know we have to reach at 1 p.m.? So let us try to understand what is the speed. In the first case, it is 10 kilometer per hour and the distance is 60. So if you observe, time is equal to distance by speed. Distance, we got it as 60 divided by speed initially was 10 kilometer per hour. So 10 kilometer, which means he needs 6 hours to reach some point. So what it means, he needs 6 hours. If he travels at 10 kilometer per hour, he will reach at 2 p.m. which means he will start from, if he has to reach at 2 p.m. start timing is 6 hours less. So 6 hours less means he will start at morning 8 o'clock. Start time 8 a.m. end time 2 p.m. So 6 hours gap is there. 6 hours gap means you have to go back 6 hours from 2 p.m. You have to go back 6 hours. Okay. So when you go back, you will reach by 8 a.m. So which means he starts at 8 a.m. Now there is one more twist. Now they're asking at what speed must he travel to reach at 1 p.m. So observe here carefully. He starts at 8 a.m. but he has to reach at 1 p.m. which means he has to travel for 5 hours between 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. So time becomes 5 hours. We know the distance is 60, time is 5. Now the speed is distance by time. 60 by 5, that is nothing but 12 kilometer per hour. Okay, I know this is also quite lengthier, so I will explain it once again. Observe carefully. There are two speeds given. If he travels at 10 kilometer per hour, he will reach by 2 p.m. If he travels at 15 kilometer per hour, he will reach by 12. So distance we don't know, so we took as distance by speed minus distance by speed is equal to 2. Why did we take 2? Because 12 o'clock and 2 p.m. so the difference is 2. So we took 2, we took LCMs, we found out that distance is 60. Now we have to find out how much time he took to reach by 2 p.m. It means he started by 8 a.m. because he took 6 hours. He started at 8 a.m. Now the question is, he has to reach by 1 p.m. So if he starts at 8 a.m. to reach by 1 p.m., he needs to travel for 5 hours. So 5 is the time. So 60 by 5 is 12 kilometer per hour. Option C is the right answer. I hope you are able to follow. Yes, 12 kilometer. Correct, Asfiya Sultan. Perfect. 12 kilometer per hour is the right answer. Correct. Okay. If I get one more yes, I can move to the next question. Okay, great. Thank you. We'll move to the next question. I know at times it gets heavier, but do not worry, you will be able to understand this. Okay. So observe carefully now. A farmer traveled a distance of 61 kilometers in 9 hours. So what is given here? Farmer travel distance. So if you observe the question, distance is given, time is given. So D is 61 kilometer and time is 9 hours, which means we can calculate speed. Speed is equal to distance by T. Straight away we'll do 61 by 9. This is one part. Okay. Now if you observe carefully, okay, there is one more twist here. Now it is told he traveled partly on foot at 4 kilometers per hour and partly on a bicycle at 9 kilometers per hour. Okay, there are two different things. So what we will do here, first we should calculate the distance on foot, which means we don't know the distance on foot. So distance on foot, we will take it as x. So distance on foot is x. Okay, speed on foot S1 we have given 4 kilometers per hour. Okay, same way distance on bicycle we don't know, but total distance is 61, which means he travels on foot for x, which means total distance is 61. Bicycle distance will be 61 minus x, because if you add these two, we should get 61. So now the speed on bicycle S2 is 9 kilometers per hour. Okay, so now it is also given that the total distance is given. So what we will do first, we will calculate this one, x by 4 plus 61 minus x by 9. That is this time, this t is equal to d by s. T is equal to d, that is x by 4 plus this time, that is d, 61 minus x divided by s, is equal to what is the total time given? 9 hours. So you will write is equal to 9. Now when we take LCM, 4 and 9, LCM will be 36. So to get 36, we have to multiply by 9. So numerator also we have to multiply by 9. So this will be 9x plus 9 into 4, this into 4. So 4 6 are 240. 244 minus 4x is equal to 9. So on solving this, we get 9 minus 4, 5x plus 244 is equal to 9 into 36, 180 plus 64, that is we get 270 plus 54, that is 324 we get here. So 5x is equal to 324 minus 244 is equal to how much we get? We get 80. So x is equal to 80 by 5 is equal to 16 kilometers. So the distance traveled on foot, this x is 16 kilometers. Okay, I'll repeat it once again just in case if there was any confusion. I'll repeat it once again. Have a look carefully. He traveled partly means some distance. We don't know how much distance. So we are keeping x and speed is given 4 kilometers. Same way bicycle 61 minus x. Why we are taking 61 minus x? Because it is told already. Total distance is 61. So bicycle will be distance will be 61 minus x. Next speed will be 9 km per hour. So now time means distance by speed. Distance is x. Speed is 4. So x by 4 plus x 61 minus x by 9. If we do this, we get the distance as 16 km/h, which is the distance on foot. Okay. I hope this is clear now. Fine. We'll move to the next one. Okay. Can we try this one? The question looks lengthy, but it is actually very easy. The question looks lengthy, that's it. It is actually very easy question. If you observe carefully, it is given, speed is given, okay, and total distance is given. So speed is equal to 57 km/h, distance is equal to 342 kilometers. So when speed is given, distance is given, it's very easy to calculate time. Time is equal to distance by speed. So 342 by 57, which will give us 6 hours. So when he travels at 57 km/h, he is supposed to reach at 6 hours. But what is happening? Observe here carefully. The bus leaves at 10 o'clock and reaches Salem at morning 4:35 a.m., which means the bus actually takes actually 6 hours 35 minutes. If you subtract this time, that is 10 p.m. and 4:30 a.m., the difference is 6 hours 35 minutes. What is the time actually it's supposed to take? 6 hours. So now the question is, how much did he halt in between? That is the question. He halted for how much? 35 minutes. The question is bigger, but the answer is very small. He halted for 35 minutes because 6 hours, the extra time is 35 minutes. That is the halting time. Okay. I hope this is clear. We'll move to the next one. Come on, try this out. Ratio. Problem related to ratio. Problem related to ratio. What is told here? A truck covers a distance of 640 kilometers in 10 hours, which means speed is given. Speed is equal to distance by time, that is 640 by 10. So which will be 64 km/h. This is for truck. A car covers the same distance in 8 hours. So car covers the same distance, that is 640 in 8 hours. So 8. So we get 8 8s are 64. So we get 80 as the answer. Here we get 64. Here we get 80. What is the respective ratio of truck and the car? What is the ratio of respective ratio of truck and the car? So this is 64. This is 80. So we can write 64 is to 80. These both can be divided by 8. So this becomes 8 8s are 64. This becomes 8 10s are 80. So 8 is to 10. This can be divided by 2 again. 2 4s are. Then this is 2 5s are. So 4 is to 5 is the right answer. 4 is to 5. We don't have any other option. So we will take none of these. Concept remains the same. Yes, you're right. You're right. None of this. Very good. Perfect. Okay. So we'll quickly solve one more problem. Yeah. Observe carefully now. A man traveled. I think this is going to be the last question for the day. A man traveled 15 miles an hour and came back at the rate of. So this is again average speed question. So average speed, we know average speed is equal to 2xy by x plus y. So what is x here? First one 15 miles 50 into y is 10 miles divided by 15 plus 10. So on the numerator we get 300, on the denominator we get 25. So when we divide these two, we get 12 km per hour. Okay, so average speed is 12 km per hour. Okay, so that's the average speed we get here. Fine, you got it? 12, yes, perfect, correct. 12 is the right answer. Okay, so I hope today's session was useful to you. I know speed and time distance at times it involves some calculations and it gets into multiple steps. I know that it happens, but we need to go step by step to understand the concept and solve it accordingly. Then definitely it's going to be easy. Okay, so the two things are very important here. One, that is speed into time is equal to distance, that formula, and then average speed formula. These two are very important. Okay, if you know these two, yeah, then you can play around. Irrespective of whatever type is the question, you can play around with the question and definitely you can solve. So you should remember those basic concepts. Okay, I hope session was useful to you. Thank you so much once again for your patience and participation. We will meet again hopefully in tomorrow's session. All right, until then, take care. Bye bye. Thanks a lot. Bye bye. Take care.